Uncle Herschel is back in his Cracker Barrel
He sure
chair.
is.
The country themed chain had a change of heart, apparently, with its new logo. I wonder why they made this go back to the original. Well, there was a social media storm that accused the chain of giving in to woke pressure. Cracker Barrel sent a message Tuesday. We're going back to the logo. It's been 47 years. Why change it? So the new one was on the right.
Yes.
Of course, the original there on the left with Uncle Herschel leaning against that barrel. This generated so much talk. And I mean, on both sides of the political aisle.
Yeah.
We had the president weighing in.
We sure did. It's a question of nostalgia. People want to hang on to what they love. And I think it's also become a political hot button issue when liberals accuse the conservatives of stirring the pot to play the woke and victims card again.
Yeah, let's bring in Republican strategist Jeanette Hoffman to talk about this. Let's assume everyone hated this new logo, Jeanette. But don't we have better things to do than, weigh in on whether Uncle Herschel should be there or not?
No, we don't, obviously. I mean, listen, listen, I'm coming from a political point of view and a PR point of view. From a marketing standpoint, it is very difficult to create a brand, an iconic brand like Cracker Barrel that people actually care about and feel some ownership. And Cracker Barrel actually did it and then erased it with this corporate rebranding that absolutely nobody asked for, created this huge stir in social media, and lost $100 million in the stock market, basically overnight. So the fact of the matter is there's always an opportunity when there's a crisis, right? So they did the right thing. They listened to their customers. They said, we hear you. We're going back to the old logo. And I think they're going to get a ton more customers by doing that.
The question is, would they have changed it if President Trump didn't weigh in, right? It's one thing if the customers say, hey, we don't like the logo, please bring it back, and then they changed it. That's a great PR move. But when the president makes a remark and they change it, is it because of him or is it because of the customers? What do you make of that?
Well, I think that may have been the tipping point for Cracker Barrel. I mean, when the president of the United States starts weighing in on your marketing decisions, I think you have a problem. But it also shows how bad of a decision this was. Listen, Cracker Barrel is just not like a fast casual chain. I think if Applebee's or Denny's had changed their logo, probably no one would notice. But Cracker Barrel, sells, as you said, Kate, nostalgia. It sells a feeling. It's a brand that was based in Tennessee. It's very popular in the South. So you're catering to customers that are more conservative in their base. And frankly, they're tired of what's called woke washing, of basically erasing America's conservative culture. And I think that's why you saw President Trump weigh in. And I think they just wanted to avoid more political fallout and making this a basically red state, blue state issue.
Yeah.
We've seen other fiascos in terms of rebranding and going back to the original brand, but this happened so fast. Social media playing a big part of this, right?
Absolutely. And you know what this kind of reminds me of, and I'm dating myself. Do you remember back, I think in the 80s or 90s, Coca-Cola changed their formula.
Yes.
They went from
yeah.
the old Coke to the new Coke.
Of course.
Everybody hated New Coke.
Yes.
I don't think there was one person that liked it. So then they went back to Coca-Cola Classic and everybody was like, oh, thank goodness. And it was great. And Coca-Cola continues to surge. And I think that's what's going to happen to Cracker Barrel. This is going to be, a blip on their radar screen. They're going to go back to the, Uncle Herschel, the old timer around the barrel. They're going to continue to have, the food that people love, the country fried steak, the old timer store, and that's that.
Pegboard games.
Yes.
The pegboard games that kids love and people remember from their childhood, and families will continue to go there.
Yeah, no, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And the thing is about Cracker Barrel, it is nostalgic. It's warm. It is a feeling, as you said, and they listen to their customers. But before we let you go, Jeanette, we wanted to get your take on one other story making headlines. The new global editor of Vanity Fair says she may invite the current First Lady onto the cover. According to the Daily Mail, anonymous staffers claimed there would be a meltdown if Melania Trump is on the cover. In quote, they said, I will walk out the door and half the staff will follow me. That's what one editor told this outlet.
What do you think, Jeanette?
I think this is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think this should be controversial at all. And I'll put on, a different hat. Say they had Jill Biden on the cover. Do you think it would invite such controversy? I don't think it
Mm,
would. This is the first lady of our country. Just think people should stop being so political and so partisan and view this as America. So listen, if,
mm.
if people want to walk out the door, I think Vanity Fair should say, good, we can find other people to replace them. It's absolutely ridiculous.
All right, Jeanette, thanks so much for weighing in on all things Cracker Barrel and on the First Lady maybe being on that cover. We appreciate it this morning. Great to see you.
It's always great to be with you guys. Have a great day.